Hey guys, this is James from Gratify, CEO and co-founder. We're bringing you a live stream today to go over what we've been working on for the past few months. We've been kind of quiet because we've been working on some really cool stuff. We've expanded our team a little bit, and we want to show anyone who hasn't really seen Gratify yet how to hire and find freelancers through our service, because we think it's really cool. So I'm going to show you guys a quick presentation about what we've been up to and what you can do with Gratify, and then we'll have a quick run-through of a task of hiring someone through Gratify, and then a small Q&A session if anyone has any comments or questions. And if you do, we have our other co-founder Eric on the YouTube channel. So if you have any questions intermittently, shoot a comment, and he'll hit you back. So let's start the presentation. So who is Gratify? So we're a founding team of 3. It's myself, James, based here in New York, Ihor, co-founder from Ukraine, and our tech lead, and Eric, who we just brought on, who is actually, it's really cool. He used to work for Howdy and BotKit, and BotKit is actually what Gratify is built off of. It's the main platform we use for hosting for the bot-based stuff that Gratify does. So that's really cool. We recently brought him on. He's from Austin, and I think it's been like 2 months now, and we've been cranking back and forth. So it's been awesome. We have a support team of 2, Masha and Kyle. They help any kind of tickets that come in. They help the freelancer onboarding process. They really help everything that the bot can't do from a logic perspective. Any kind of questions that come in that the bot can't handle, an operator, which right now is Masha or Kyle, will take control of the bot. And our community spans hundreds of experts from around the world. For the most part, we're pretty concentrated right now. About 90% of our freelancer base is based in the United States. But with that said, we're open internationally for anyone who does want to join. We are a closed community, though, of freelancers. So we're not like something that anyone off the internet can come and join. You do have to go through a process to freelance from our network. So, what exactly can you do with Gratify? We made it for a specific reason. The reason was I used to work for this. I started a company a little while ago, about 2 years ago, called GetWell, and that company was an electronic health records company, and it was a huge project, and we always had requirements that were kind of above and beyond our scope. And I just remember wishing we were using Slack within our team, but we really wanted to reach out to people who might be able to help us in the tasks that we're not so good at. And for example, I think there was a database issue one time, and we really wanted to sign up and get some kind of freelancer to help us with the database issue. But unfortunately, the freelance platforms available at the time required us to sign up, required us to make an account on a website, and interview someone, and between all of that friction, it just didn't really make it worth it. So that's why we built Gratify. Gratify is a really, really easy way to just say what you have that you need done, and find someone else on the internet who can help you do it. That's the goal here, to create really nice, beautiful working relationships that grow from Slack. So what can you do on the network? A bunch of things. So I've used it myself for a few things, ranging from small like Shopify tasks, people have come on and said, oh, can you add infinite scroll to my Shopify site? Hey, can you help me out with this SQL statement? I need some, I can't access my database because of admin privileges, etc. We've had some big projects come in. We need help building out our database infrastructure for XYZ project. Can someone that's really good with Postgres help us? So it's really a mix of all of these things. But I'd say what we're the best at is design and development. We really put our focus into vetting the freelance experts behind design and development, and make sure that they can deliver to our expectations. One of the goals of Gratify is to deliver deliverables, not just like any other freelance platform, but to the expectation of the client. We really want to brand ourselves based on that. We don't want to just have all willy-nilly any kind of freelancer, etc., a completely unmonitored marketplace. We want the client, we want people who are using Gratify to get successful deliverables out of it that they expect or better. So we're focused really around the design and development. But you can offboard anything in the Gratify. How Gratify works is, we've kind of already explained this, but I've highlighted the things that you would need to pay attention to if you were a client. So basically, if you wanted to offboard something on Gratify, you'd add Gratify to your Slack channel, then you'd message the bot new task, and then you'd describe that task. And after that, it broadcasts that task to everyone it thinks online that may be capable of delivering on that task. And it gives them the option of bidding, asking questions, etc. And then at the end, you can pay securely within Slack without leaving the interface. So it's a Slack integrated interface to finding, hiring, and utilizing freelance teams and partial teams. So why would you use Gratify? I mean, I'll tell you why I use Gratify, because I love Slack. I honestly do. I think Slack is, if you're doing any kind of tech job or tech team, you're on any kind of tech team, and you have multiple people you want to talk to, you want to have your information in Slack. It just makes sense. So it naturally makes sense for me to bring on team members through Slack, especially for things that I just, we can't solve. So another question I ask myself is, do you find yourself busy? And for me, it's like, yeah, all the time. So that's why I use Gratify. It's because I'm busy and I really want to be able to offboard things that I'm not great at to people inside Slack that I trust. That's why I use it. The other reasons are more technical. I mean, if you look at the low level, our community is all vetted experts, so they're not people that have just come on from the internet. The way that the tasks are matched is very focused. You're not getting these long response from any kind of you're not getting these long responses, long like what are they called? Resumes of unrelated work that I've seen on traditional freelance platforms. It's very focused, and that's really great. So if you do want to try Gratify, you can add it straight from the Slack store, Slack App Store. If you go to slack.com/apps, type in Gratify, you'll be able to find it there. And you can add it straight to your Slack channel. One cool thing that we're doing with this webinar presentation is we just started unveiling our referral plan. This is really cool. Anytime, if you invite someone to Gratify, you can get your link by saying invite. If you invite them, you get, I think, 1% back of everything they spend on Gratify, and you also get $10 for yourself, and they get $10 as well. So if you do know anyone that might use Gratify either as a freelancer or as a client, check out message Gratify invite, and you can get your link, send it to your friends and anyone else who might be interested, and earn yourself some residual income. So that's it for the presentation. We don't want to hold you up too much. We just kind of wanted to say what we've been working on, anything that's changed, and give fresh new clients a way to see how this works. So I'm going to do a live walkthrough now with my co-founder Eric. We're going to walk quickly through a task and how that works and how that looks on the latest version, and then open it up for any questions if there are. So I'm going to open up Gratify over here. I'm just going to make sure that Eric's online, and I'm going to make a new task. So you should be able to see my screen. So Gratify is over here on the left. It's just an app that's in my Slack marketplace, the Slack channel. If I want to start up a task, I would say new task. For this purpose, I'm going to direct it directly at Eric, so I can do new task at Eric. But normally, if you're discovering a freelancer, you would just type in the word new task. But the workflow is going to be the same. So let's just say I needed someone to help me out with a blog post. Let's make a blog post that says, for example, how Gratify works. So we want someone to write a blog post about how Gratify works. So let's just put 300-word blog post on how Gratify works. So then I would select the tag that I want with the thing. So this task is more of a writing task, so I'm going to select writing. And then I'm going to just explain here any kind of due date or time expectations I have. So I need a blog post as soon as possible, preferably by end of day today. We can chat about the specifics if required, if anything else is needed. And then I can shoot go. Gratify comes back and lets me know that it's shot the task out to experts that are online. It could take up to 24 hours, but usually people respond pretty fast. In this case, we're going to wait for Eric to hit me back with an offer because we know it went right to him. But it is a variable amount of time for how long it may take a freelancer to respond. It depends on how many people are online. Right now we have about 200 freelancers from various different time zones, so it does depend on the type of task, how well it's described. That's something that's really important. So we're going to wait to see if we can get something back from Eric. Okay, so this is cool. I was saying before, one of the coolest things that I love about Gratify is that it's focused on what I want to solve. So here's someone that messaged back, is Gratify online right now for me to check out? This is a good question. I can say yes. You can go to gratify.ai to check out the app. Let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, so I'll send that to him. And something cool to note here is that the messages are public. So this message will append to the task. So if Eric, or this anonymous expert behind here isn't the right, he says, he looks at Gratify.ai and he says, well, this isn't for me, I have no idea what the hell this is, then it would be passed on to another expert, and that same information would be on the task. So I'm not repeating myself 20 times. You don't want to repeat yourself as a client, keep saying the same requirements over and over again. So this is great. He came back with an offer. I could see that he's worked before, and he said 5 stars. So that's cool. I know that he's someone reliable. He said I can get it done in 2 hours for $100. So let's say that's a little bit much, and I'm going to counteroffer him at 80. I'm just going to say that this is what the budget allows. Hope this is okay. So this is cool. I sent him a counteroffer, and it looks like he matched with it. This is great. So it opens up a channel now between me and the expert. So it opens it up, and the title is the title of my task, which is cool. So now in here I can see some information about Eric, some information about the task. I can see the messages that were sent back and forth, and I can see Eric, and I can say, hey, what's up? So now I have this personal workstation with a freelancer. If I was in another Slack room, for example, this would be awesome because now this guy's pretty much in my Slack channel. I can invite other people in here, chat with the freelancer. He's only has the ability to see what goes on in this room. He can't see anything else in your Slack channel. So this is really cool. So I can ask Eric, do you need anything else? Or can you send over the post when you finish? So we'll wait for him to send something over. Great. So this is what it is, and this is the feeling we really wanted to encapsulate here, is you have some kind of requirement, you might not have the bandwidth to deal with, you want to offboard it to someone else who's reliable, you get on Gratify, you queue up a freelancer. If Eric is someone I like working with, I'm going to keep on working with him. I can keep the Slack channel open. I can keep him in the loop on our Slack, and I can keep paying him through Gratify without any kind of hiccup. And then the beautiful thing too is Slack has all the utilities to really share work and collect work together. So I see this post that he's uploading right now, which is great. So I'm just going to ask him. I can't see what's going on right now with this post. It looks like the internet's a little slow, but I'm just going to ask him, hey, let's say it looks great. Mark it complete, and I'll pay. So the last cool thing about this is payment. So payment all happens within Slack. There's no real need to leave Slack, we were thinking. Why would you want to leave Slack and if you already did everything else there? So when the freelancer marks the task complete, it doesn't automatically build my card or anything. It just tells me it's been marked complete, and then I get an invoice over here. And I'm not going to click this right now because this is a live account. But it tells me what payment method I have on file. I can change that if I want to, and I can just click pay, and it'll send the total cost that was agreed to plus any fees. So the whole process happens within Slack without having to leave Slack at all, which is really cool and really valuable to the people who are extremely busy. The people that benefit most from this, I think, are entrepreneurs, people on small teams, people that are really pushing for large projects and are trying to keep resources tight, and people who love Slack. That's who's going to use this. So that's that's how you match with someone. If you notice, the channel is still open. We can still talk. And we can still pay each other and create invoices, etc., without having to make a new task from within here, which is also really valuable and really cool. So aside from that, that's really the main stuff I wanted to go through for the walkthrough. That's really it. If you want to queue up a freelancer, it's as simple as a new task. I don't know if there were any other questions on the Q&A. That's really all we had prepared. I'm going to check. Actually, let me check this YouTube to see if we have any other Q&A stuff. Let's check this out real quick. But no, that's all we really had prepared today. We just wanted to make sure that anyone who was interested in Gratify could check out how we do things. And if you do want to use it, you can add us from the Slack App Store. Our website's gratify.ai. If you don't have Slack already, you can sign up for free just by putting in your email, and it'll let you go to the Gratify Slack and join our Slack and queue up freelancers from there. If you're a freelancer and you're interested in working, you can go to gratify.ai and click the work headline at the top. I'll show you guys that over here. So if you want to check us out and you don't have Slack, just put your email right in here. And if you do want to work, you can check out the work section over here and apply to freelance in any of our skill sets that we currently support. That's all we have for you today. We're going to schedule another walkthrough for the freelancer side of things. If any freelancers are on right now, in the next few weeks after the holidays, we're going to have something specifically for you guys to go over all the new features that we've been working on from the freelance side and answer any questions there. But thanks for checking us out. Again, you can check us out at gratify.ai or from the Slack App Store. Just check out, search for Gratify. And if you want to share and make some residual money from referral cash that we're doing, just type invite to Gratify and you will get your invite link, which you can share with people. Thanks very much, guys. If you want to reach me directly, you can check my email, james@gratify.chat, and we'll be back soon with some more content for you guys. Thank you.